What's up everyone, John from Beyond ARTV. It's time for a video on Taylor Swift, ticket sales, the Reputation Tour, and Ticketmaster, and of course, her declining popularity, something that I do believe to be true. Now, Taylor Swift is by no means really just fading out of the limelight. I don't feel like it's going to be an overnight thing, but I do feel like Reputation, in a way, at the time of its release, was kind of her peak. It was the height of her popularity, and it had already kind of topped out with 1989, but she obviously did sell technically more because of streaming with Reputation. It's something that came through with strong album sales, but after that, it didn't really linger on the charts, and it didn't produce the hit singles like 1989 did. Tons of top 10s, including a number 1, and while we did get a number 1 here in the form of Look What You Made Me Do, it still wasn't something that hung on to that position or just stayed on the charts in general. In fact, with every single that she's released, including her most recent ones like Endgame and the new one that I truly do like and enjoy, which is called Delicate, it's something where we've seen them kind of spring up on the charts when the music video comes out, and then they just kind of quickly fade. And while they impact the Hot 100, they don't tear up the charts and linger like they did before. Now, a lot of this might be tied to the fact that Taylor Swift has maybe just had her time. She was popular for decades, super popular, and still is. She's obviously a huge social media influencer. People love her, and there's tons of dedicated fans. That's not going away, and that's not going to change, and that's not what I'm trying to say. But has the mainstream gotten tired of her? Well, with the Reputation Tour now kicking off, we're starting to see posts like sites from the New York Post that actually say that ticket sales are down in terms of actual numbers. Now, they're still doing numbers in the sense that she's making millions and millions and millions of dollars at every single date because ticket prices are through the roof. They have skyrocketed. And as I recently talked about in my overpriced tickets rant, I mentioned Taylor Swift because she has those jacked up prices and because she's pocketing more money than ever, even though ticket sales are way down. She's not filling up these stadiums like she did with the 1989 tour. In fact, the New York Post reports that many dates still have like 50% availability. It's just kind of trickery in the sense that we can't truly see it because the dots on the chart are kind of hidden. It's misleading because of Ticketmaster. And why is that? Because Taylor Swift and her crew, I suppose I should say, had them turn off the verified resale thing. And that's something that encourages tickets to be sent to like StubHub or SeatGeek or whatever it may be. People are having to pay extraordinary amounts of money to get those resale tickets because they're not able to do it safely on Ticketmaster. I myself have purchased verified tickets so many times, and it's a great feature, it's a great tool. Thank God Ticketmaster developed something to be in-house. But for Taylor Swift to turn it off means that she really cares, and at least her team cares, about the way that it looks. They need this to be a success because Live Nation is sponsoring the Reputation Tour. They want this to look good on paper. Oh, huge ticket sales. Oh, there's no resales. Nobody's giving them up. Everybody's just going to the tour, when that's not the case at all. Overall, attendance is way down compared to the 1989 tour. I heard that that was a great experience. I had a cousin that went to it. I knew a few other people from YouTube that went to the tour and said that it was great. And with the Reputation Tour, she obviously once again had to step up the production value, and she's saying that this is going to be her biggest and craziest tour yet. I don't doubt that, but at the same time, at what price to the consumer? At what price to the music fan? Profits are higher than ever because of the elevated ticket prices, but Taylor is out here probably paying 100 backup dancers or a different musician for every single song, whatever the case might be. There's probably just a 100-person team for Taylor Swift, for makeup, for being an assistant, for whatever it is. And I understand that. That's not something that I'm complaining about. It's a lavish lifestyle that you just get when you're a huge celebrity like that. But at the same time, like I said, these ticket prices are outrageous, and the fact that you're not allowing resale for fans who maybe can't go, who decided that the purchase that they made was too high, they have to turn it over to other sites like StubHub or just ticket scalpers. They thrive off of events like this because they scoop up those tickets that might have been $75, and now it looks like it's kind of selling out and fans are freaking out, so they go to StubHub and they pay hundreds upon hundreds of dollars just to get a crappy nosebleed seat at a Taylor Taylor Swift show. I kind of hate to say it, but this feels like one last attempt before Taylor's popularity does show a noticeable dip, at least in terms of chart success, album sales, and streams and that sort of thing. So before that she fades like that, they want to get the money out of the fans. They're saying, we still know that she has immense popularity. Let's go out on this one last huge tour where she plays the biggest venues, except the venues won't be filled up, even though we sold extra tickets. Once again, the profits soar for the big people, and then the consumers have to pay the price. This is an interesting point in Taylor Swift's career because I do like the majority of her albums, and if any of you have ever watched my videos, you know that I've positively reviewed every single one except for Reputation. That wasn't my cup of tea. It felt more basic, more mainstream pop, and it just, I don't know, it was influenced by hip hop and a lot of other things that people are just doing. It didn't feel like trend hopping necessarily, it just felt kind of dull and a little bit more petty in a bad way compared to her other petty stuff that's come out in the past that was maybe much better. That's at least my take on it, and I do feel like maybe the mainstream is getting tired of Taylor Swift in general. This isn't meant to be a hate video on her because I know many of these things are out of her control. It has to do with the concert promoters, Ticketmaster, Live Nation, everything like that, and obviously her crew, her management, her record label, everything like that. There's a lot of politics that we can't even begin to understand that go into this. I'm just saying that overall it looks shady, and the whole Ticketmaster verified fan thing in the first place, they really put that to the test with Taylor. They need it to be successful, and I don't know if it really was, because a lot of people were upset with it, including me, having to really buy extra things to get your place in line, encouraging people to spend lots of extra cash, even though they didn't have to. It still heavily encouraged that, to get your place in line moved up so that you could get tickets, when in reality they probably knew that these shows weren't going to sell out. That's my take on it, guys. I'd be curious to know, what do you think about Taylor Swift? Do you think her popularity is going to go down after Reputation? Do you think she's going to stay about the same? What do you think about the verified fan and the ticket sales and everything like that? Sound off in the comment section down below. Keep in mind it's just my take and opinion, and don't forget to drop a like on the video. If you're able to support me on Patreon, tap that annotation over in the corner of the screen there, or else click the top link down below. If you want to see that concert video I was talking about with ticket prices, tap the annotation here, or tap here for another Taylor Swift themed video. Other than that, connect with me on socials here, all linked in the description down below, and I'll see you soon for more on Beyond ARTV.